Tonight, from Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin, it's Thursday Night Football on EA Sports. Joe Burrow and the Green Bay Packers taking on Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens.
This place first opened way back in 1957. We are inside legendary Lambeau Field here in Green Bay. Tonight, it's the Thursday opener for the new NFL season between the Baltimore Ravens and the Green Bay Packers. The wait is finally over. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis here on the start of a new NFL season, and we kick it off with a bang on Thursday night.
What's interesting about these Thursday night games is oftentimes we hear people say, is it really fair for players to play on Thursday night? But what did we hear from both of these teams going into this one? How excited they were to have the spotlight on their teams, their franchises, the rest of the league watching them go at it.
With fall around the corner, football is back, America, and we're underway on EA Sports. Oh, good return up past the 30. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. The Ravens offense going to work, and as usual, it's Lamar Jackson, the former MVP of the league, at the helm.
And he remains the league's premier rushing threat and one of the biggest playmakers among quarterbacks. His goal each and every season, continue to expand his game as a passer and become well-rounded. All those highlight reel plays you see, they come off the fact that he can run it, throw it, and scares defenses every time he takes a snap.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And oh, he spins past him and into space. It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. Down inside the 40.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Now an option play on second down. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. The first down line at the 34 here on third down. Jackson now. And this is going to be incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
And that is no good. Oh, he missed it just wide of the upright, and this will remain a scoreless game. Getting ready to go as they take the field. Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
Burrow on play action. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively. And it'll bring up second down. And they go play action now. Burrow rolling to his right. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 22 yards there, a first down. They'll give to Falk up the middle. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Vick now. Sliding out of the pocket. He hits Adams complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 23 yards, the final tally.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumble recovered. They still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
Jones will score. Touchdown, Packers. And they would not be denied on the ground, powering it in just one play after they got stopped short.
And how about how many tight ends were on the field? Because in today's NFL, we think of the tight end more as a pass catcher. But this group, they tell them you've got to be able to run block to stay on this team. And they committed to it and got it done right there.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game. And they were in field goal range the last time out, but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
Well, he was looking at a dime formation, 6 defensive backs on the field, so he's looking for anyone to throw the football to, but he didn't have anyone open, so he took off and ran for it, but he came up just short, and that brings up 4th down.
And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive. Perfect start to the season on their first drive last time out, able to find the end zone. Now we'll see if they can make it 2 for 2 here in week 1. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. Second and 9 now from the 21. They go play action with Burrow. Blitz coming, and down he goes. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
So it's 3rd and long, and defensively, not a real surprise. They're in the dime. In motion, Hill. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got a man, complete. The 20. Touchdown, Packers. Jamar Chase, 87 yards. And the Packers lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his second season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the play ball. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. But that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And a quick throw here, that's complete. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. The slot man in motion right. Play action. It's Burrow. He'll buy some time right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. David Ojabo running in to take him down.
Well, that's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half. And if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Adams the man in motion right. To throw, Vick. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
On now is the Packers punter as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown.
Well, mistake there by the offense, Charles. They tried to pick on a Pro Bowl corner in coverage there, and not the smartest decision. He reminded him that he was a Pro Bowl corner with not only the pick, but the pick 6.
And those guys who have that designation, sometimes they get a little bit bored in games because people try to avoid them. They absolutely love it when they get challenged, and it's a chance to remind everyone exactly why they were tagged as one of the best in the league the prior season.
So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
No run back here for Duvernay. Touchback out to the 25. That pick six just a moment ago. Things went from bad to worse. Look up at the scoreboard now. Not looking good here. We'll see if they can put something together on this drive. 1st and 10.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Jackson. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
Now a look at the backup, Jordan Love. The slant connects with Devontae Adams. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. On play action. Love to throw. Flush to his right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll make it 3rd down.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
3rd and 2. Love with it. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked.
Patrick Queen got in there to stick him. He gets the sack. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another, because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They force the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
Duvernay going to sit on this in the end zone, so it'll come out to the 25.
The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And in fact, we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47.
48 yards on the ground for him so far.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20.
Green Bay's offense ready to go again.
And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3.
A leap, and he's got it. He got it.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
He reminded us that he was a 1,000-yard receiver a year ago as he starts off week 1 picking up right where he left off. He told us at the end of the preseason he was primed for a big year. He just gave us excellent evidence of his belief.
They'll roll him out right. Right side catch. This is Gates.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. 3 yards remain for second down.
Now a give inside for Falk. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there. That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
Here we go. Ready?
Burrow going for it on 4th. He is going to find Hill here.
And he is going to have a Packers first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Now this offense in midseason form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10.
Burrow looking to pass. Flushed out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. He'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down.
So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
4th down and no hesitation from Matt LaFleur as he sends out the field goal unit. And his kick here is good. And the lead increases even further. It's 27-0 now.
So more of the same here, CD. Not a touchdown, but 3 more points added on to their lead.
Yeah, it's been a total domination here in this first half. Offensively, defensively, even the special teams have chipped in as he connects on the field goal. It may be a little bit premature, but I think the only thing they're worried about dominating now, the post-game meal.
The Raven offense going to take over late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. Jackson's throw complete there to Bateman.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson has got his man. It's Andrews. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. Over the middle, it's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
That's complete left side to Bateman. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. Tucker's kick is good. And then we'll cut the lead down to 3 scores at 24.
Well, still trailing here, but they do get the late field goal. Now their defense will try to keep this score right where it is heading into the locker room.
Yeah, and trailing it to break, you obviously don't want to go in off of a negative play. Give them credit for that one. Finding a way to put points on the board, give them any type of a spark, anything to build off of as they try and plan a comeback.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. Final play of the half for Burrow and company. Rolling to his right. Looking deep for Adams.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
So we have reached halftime here in the Thursday night opener. As we'll send you down to Orlando.
It looks like we'll have to wait another week to get our first halftime report of the season as we move right along to the second half.
We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field.
While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this week 1 contest.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. They'll go right back to the ground with Falk. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Gates with a grab. And he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
They'll start by running the option to the right. And he'll go down for a loss inside his own 5 at the 4. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there. So from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8. Here's Jackson. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on to kick it away. And Sanders now to return. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 13 yards on the return there after a punt of 57. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here.
No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. First and 10 as this new drive starts.
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it's second down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside, and so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
On first and 10, here's Vick. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
David Ajabo
now with his second sack here on opening night. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Another try after the first down sack. Vick.
And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one, weren't able to do so.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. In motion, Hill. Now Joe Burrow on third and long. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. A real letdown defensively. That was third and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now.
Burrow bats it forward. It's a jet sweep. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
They got to get to the 23 here on third. Now Burrow. Sliding out of the pocket. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and that will extend their lead even further.
I got to think at this point, third quarter, if you're able to hold on to the ball, get 3 at the end, that's all you're looking for.
I would agree with that, because right now, this is a job well done by them. In fact, it's almost time for handshakes, a little dap on the sidelines, maybe even start to discuss post-game plans. And for the guys who haven't played yet, go ahead and get loose. Your time is now.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now first and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in second and long yardage.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
68 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And now you have to wonder, partner, at what point in time do they forget the running game? It's been a struggle so far in this one. I would think they'd have to start throwing it a little bit more.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. Now Lewis here on 1st down. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Now it's Jackson.
That's taken in by Duvernay. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Now it's Jackson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 23. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson.
Open man is Duvernay. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. They run the option on 2nd down.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Give him 4 yards as he does it himself, and it's a 1st down. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
It's not easy playing the corner, is it? A lot of times you have to defend against the pass, but sometimes you have to play against the run. How about the job he did there, crashing inside to make that tackle for a loss?
On 3rd down, Jackson. Forced out to his left. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
I'm actually looking at this play with defensive eyes here, partner, because they were still laser focused on him after his earlier exploits on this drive. I think they went back to the well just a little bit too soon. He got across the line of scrimmage, but they certainly weren't giving up much more than that.
Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down.
And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown.
8 yards on the touchdown pass.
And the Ravens are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter.
Tucker with the extra point, and the lead now down to 20. So that drive spans 13 plays. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this one's going to be covered up by the Packers hands team. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
It's David Ajabo there for the tackle.
Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he's going to have the Packers' first down, and he was able to get it by play. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. And now they will throw it with Burrow. He'll buy some time right. It's complete. He finds Falk here. And it's a Packers touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown.
And the Packers are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Well, Charles, no matter what the prognosticators say before the season, whether they think you're going to be good, bad, or somewhere in the middle, you never quite know how week 1 is going to play out. But for them, it has been an impressive performance, and they are well on their way to a 1-0 start.
Yeah, it's a lot like opening up presents, isn't it, partner? You're not quite sure what's inside, but you're hopeful, right? In this case, exactly what they were looking for, exactly what they need.
Extra point right down the middle. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And no doubt this is not the way that they had hoped to open their season. Thoroughly outplayed here in front of the national audience.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Throwing is Jackson. Going down the middle, and it's complete.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end, Andrews. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 13-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as he'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave him with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Again, Jackson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Now Jackson. And it'll be intercepted. And the Packers are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. For this defense, CD, that's kind of the icing on the cake here as we get to the end of this one.
And didn't you feel that they weren't just going into total prevent there? You know, they had the lead, and sometimes you fall back and you lose your aggressiveness. Not in this case. They were still making a play on the football, and look how that one turned out. They may have salted this one away.
Here we go. Here we go.
Burrow down to a knee, and that should be the final act of this one. Tonight was a great way to kick the season off. That before the game, probably as much pomp and circumstance to start a season as I can ever remember. And this is just game one of many to come. Sitting next to you, really looking forward to it.
As am I. Great to be back in booth with you for another season. Great to get this year underway. You and I both know interesting is going to be the word. An extra week now as part of that newer 17-game season. What a fun opener tonight. We know the better games are still on their way, but I'm glad that we got started.
So for the Packers, they begin the new campaign with a victory here in front of the home crowd in the Thursday opener. And they'll get a few extra days to savor this one before they take on the New Orleans Saints. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try